Welcome to your virtual graduation ceremony. We are now live on YouTube and your ceremony will now begin.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Professor Alan Thompson, and I am Dean of the Faculty of Brain Sciences. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you to UCL's 2021 virtual graduation ceremonies. I'm delighted to see so many graduates from the Ear Institute, Division of Psychiatry, Institute of Ophthalmology, Institute of Prion Diseases, and Queen Square Institute of Neurology here with us today. And I know that we have many friends and family members watching as well. Obviously, we wish we could have been celebrating in different circumstances this summer, but until we can celebrate safely together, I'm delighted that we are able to do so virtually today. We'll try our very best to replicate the experience you would have had this summer. We will be sharing a short video from our Provost, and we'll also hear speeches from myself and from the Director of the Ear Institute, the Associate Professor from the Division of Psychiatry, the Chair in Molecular Ophthalmology, and the Director of Queen Square Institute of Neurology. But first, a little housekeeping. I'm sure many of us are quite familiar now with virtual meetings. Please do feel free to share messages of congratulations in the chat function at the bottom of your screen, but otherwise please stay muted unless called on to unmute. Graduates, we will be announcing names in groups. Once your name has been announced, we really encourage you to turn your camera on. And at the end of each group, we will offer you our congratulations and ask that you turn your cameras off before we move on to the next group. Now I want to introduce you to our virtual platform party that we have here with us today and who you can see now on your screens. Colleagues, please do unmute yourselves and say hello and wave to our audience.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. Congratulations.
Hi, congratulations.
Congratulations.
So I'd now like to introduce the individuals who are speaking today. Rosemary Monk.
Hello.
Professor Jonathan Gale.
Hello, everybody. Many congratulations to you all.
Dr. Nicole Laurent.
Welcome, everybody, and congratulations.
Professor Maria Musaje.
Congratulations, everyone. Really pleased to be here with you celebrating.
Professor Hélène Plomfevreux.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations to all.
And Professor Mike Hanna.
Hi, everybody. Congratulations. Well done. It's great to be here.
I now declare this ceremony open, and we'll now hear from the Provost.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael Spence, President and Provost of UCL. gives me great pleasure to welcome you all today to your virtual graduation ceremony, and I'd like to offer my wholehearted congratulations to you as you graduate from UCL and move forward to the next stage of your lives. Of course, I speak to many of you dispersed across the world today. We can agree that this situation isn't and hasn't been ideal, and we'd prefer to celebrate in person, but that doesn't diminish your remarkable achievements in any way. The whole UCL community is behind you, and we're in awe of the resilience that you've shown in the face of the challenges posed by the pandemic. Each of you has shown what you can achieve even under the most trying circumstances. This year marks the 195th anniversary of UCL's founding. We continue to base our principles and beliefs on those of Jeremy Bentham, a commitment to social justice and the availability of education to all. At UCL, we've always believed in changing the world for the better, and as graduates, you'll carry that goal forward. You're a part of UCL's history, but just as importantly of its future too. This is not the end of your UCL journey. You're joining an impressive global alumni community of over 300,000 graduates who support and celebrate each other and who go on to achieve remarkable things around the world. UCL and the alumni community is here for you, not only as you take the next step in your career journey, but for life. So thank you and congratulations. I look forward to a time when we'll be able to come together in person to further celebrate your amazing achievements.
Excellent. I'm now delighted to introduce Rosemary Monk, who will present the graduands from the Ear Institute. Rosemary, over to you.
Thank you, Professor Thompson. I'm delighted to present our graduands. I have pleasure in presenting to you these candidates who have been awarded a Master of Science. The following candidates have been awarded a Master of Science in Advanced Audiology. Sharifa Abdul Rahim Ibrahim Al-Balushi. Afua Benima Andam. Haifa Hassan Basri. Koemi Jade Garrick. Trisha Shantilal Halai. Yujing Sheng Yusheng. Sayahidatul Huda Binti Mustafa Kamal. Bethany Singleton. Claire Lisa Stewart. Master of Science in Advanced Audiology, Audiovestibular Medicine, Adobe Elizabeth Osuji. Sadea Nasa Abdulatif Surajuddin Sawani. Master of Science in Audiological Science, Nabil Kejman. Su Xian Lian. Abdul Wahab Abdul Qadir Mohammed. Wong Pak Hai Keith. Master of Science in Audiological Science with Clinical Practice, Hira Ahmed. Bharathi Ganeshakarumaran. Diane Amanda Gunawadina. Tivani Kanagaraja. Saira Amar Nahim. We now turn to the successful candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. These doctoral candidates undertake a programme of independent research over at least 3 years. They must demonstrate a capacity to pursue original-based thought and action and provide a distinct contribution to their subject. A research degree requires total commitment and is at the very pinnacle of academic study. I have pleasure in presenting to you the following candidate who has been awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Health Service Research. Dr. Natalie Diane Bohm. Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroaudiology and Audiovestibular Medicine, Dr. Natawan Utumpurpon. That concludes the list of graduands from the Ear Institute. I would ask that the virtual platform party all unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates.
Hey.
Well done.
I am now delighted to introduce Professor Jonathan Gale, who will deliver a personal message on behalf of the Institute.
Thank you, Rosemary. Dear Institute graduates, firstly, on behalf of all of the staff members at the UCL Ear Institute, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate you on your success. We are all very proud of what you have achieved under the difficult circumstances that we've all found ourselves in the last year and continued into this current year. Now, the Ear Institute was formed in 2005, bringing together the then Institute of Laryngology and Otology and the School of Audiology. Since its inauguration, the Institute has become a world-leading centre for research in hearing and balance and in the education of ENT and audiology clinicians. The Ear Institute prides itself on its research and its education, and you are all shining examples of the effort that both you and our staff put into that. To our research graduands, Natalie and Natawan, I congratulate you for all those extra hours that you will have almost certainly put in order to complete your PhDs. Both of you have gone along different routes to further successes. There are extra special congratulations that go to our double degree awardees for their PhD this year, and that's to Natawan, who studied for her master's here at the Ear Institute and then went on from that to do her PhD with great success. And I know that Natawan is using what she has learned to drive through changes in audiovestibular neurotology in Thailand. To Natalie and to Natawan, thank you both for your efforts. Continue to do great things, and please make sure you keep in contact. Now, to all of our master's students, once again, many congratulations for all your efforts in getting to this point in your lives and careers, but particularly for your efforts over the last 18 months. Look, now it doesn't end here, because we've got a simple but important request for you. We would like you to take the expert knowledge and skills that you've learned with us and put them into practice on a daily basis. Whether you're starting your first clinical job in audiology, developing your skills for a more senior role, or working in the commercial or charitable sectors. You all have the skills to make a real difference to people suffering with hearing loss, balance problems, or tinnitus. You've all put a lot of hard work into your master's education and succeeded in a very difficult year, and your expertise will shine through for those people that come to you for help, whether they're members of the public or your professional colleagues. Now, on a particularly functional note, I'd like to remind you that we're a relatively small field, and you are now the newest members of that field and the UCL Ear Institute family. Oh. We're keen to keep, so you're the newest members of the UCL Ear Institute family. We are keen to keep in touch with you through the alumni network, and we would of course love to welcome you back to our friendly teaching and research community in the near future. So a final many congratulations to the class of 2020 from all of us at the Ear Institute. Continue to be the best that you can be out there in the world using the skills and knowledge that you've earned in your time with us. And please do come back and see us. Our doors are open to you. Many congratulations. I'm now delighted to introduce Dr. Nicole Laurent, Associate Professor from the Division of Psychiatry, who will present the graduands.
Thank you, Professor Gale. I have the pleasure in presenting to you these candidates who've been awarded a Master of Science or a Master of Research. The following candidates have been awarded a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Sciences. Karima Abdu, Nada Fekri Abu Sief, Sanar Nasser Mohammed Al-Quaiti, Dua Hamoud Al-Rashdi, Singh N. Benjamin Ang, Gabrielle Louise Bundies, Hannah Jo Butterworth, Angela Song Chase, Chi Feng Ching, Laura Ann Courtney, Zainab Dadat, Tanya Garg, Shazia Garmai, Sunmin Han, Elizabeth Rose Hardcastle, Aisha Medina Binti Harris, Maria Kolitsadi, Freya Antonia Kutsubelis, Chi Xing Richard Lowe, Shah Luo, Sarah Mackey, Imelda Anna Minnock, Rona Murad Ali Abdul Rahim Murad, Natasha Arthur Ramachandran, Zara Razul, Merle Maria Schlief, Charlotte Elizabeth Ann Steele, Dai Hui Gigi To, Chuck Ying Tse, Tone Si Yu Wang, Belinda Wang, and Hin Wall Yu. I'd like to pause here and ask my colleagues to unmute and join me in giving a round of applause to our esteemed graduates.
Congratulations. Woo!
Well done, everybody.
Well done.
So continuing with the Division of Psychiatry, the following candidates have been awarded a Master of Science in Dementia, Causes, Treatment and Research, Mental Health. Elena Wilhelmina Palpatsis, Yi Ne Sa, and Irini Tsitsipa. Master of Science in Mental Health Sciences Research, Amy Campbell, Xaviera Paz Donoso Fonseca, Michelle Henrietta Eskenazi, and C.S.C. Kuei Yu. Master of Research in Brain Sciences, Agatha Alves Annette, Amrita, Isabella Noel Caparas Cheong, Yihan Dai, Samranjit Singh Gawal, Man Wei Lam, Katie Angela Haynes White, and Samantha Yu. And again, I'd like to pause here and ask my colleagues please to unmute and join me in giving a round of applause to our esteemed graduates. Well done, everybody.
Well done.
Very good.
Very well done.
Very well done.
We now turn to the successful candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. These doctoral candidates undertake a programme of independent research over at least 3 years. They must demonstrate a capacity to pursue original-based thought and action and provide the distinct to their research.
Katie, it's not working.
A research degree requires total commitment and is at the very pinnacle of academic study. I have the pleasure now in presenting to you the following candidate who's been awarded the degree of philosophy in child and adolescent mental health, Dr. Jessica Catherine Bone. Doctor of Philosophy in Health Technology in Palliative Care, Dr. Anna Maria Krupa, and Doctor of Philosophy in Psychiatry, Dr. Yvette Cornelia Maria Linda Vermeer. That concludes the list of graduands from the Division of Psychiatry. I'd ask that the virtual platform party unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our graduates. Very well done.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Well done. Congratulations.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nicole Laurent. I'm an associate professor in the Division of Psychiatry, and I'm a member of the MSc core teaching team. I'm delighted to be here today on behalf of the MSc team and of all the staff in the Division of Psychiatry. MSc graduates first. You've had such an extraordinary 12 months of studying with us, with the COVID pandemic striking midway through your studies. The disruptions and difficulties that many of you faced during that extremely challenging time were enormous. Despite that, though, you were a high-achieving cohort with no fewer than 20 spots on the Dean's List and many distinctions and merits. You also showed fantastic resilience and adaptability as your studies moved from face-to-face to entirely online, and we thank you for working with us on that, particularly in those early days. We have fond memories of your time with us, and we remember you as a lively and cohesive group. I hope that you're still keeping in touch with each other and that you may form longer term friendships, and that your MSc will form the springboard for future career directions, whether in future research work, working clinically in mental health, or working elsewhere. We're always pleased to hear news from you, and we hope that we can invite you back to a large alumni event in the Division of Psychiatry when we're able to. Graduating PhD students in the Division of Psychiatry, it's lovely to see you and yours here to celebrate this achievement. Very many congratulations to you for completing your marathon so successfully, especially as you also had the additional challenges of the pandemic lockdown to manage. And we thank you too for your many and varied contributions to the life of our academic community. The world of mental health needs good quality research and high caliber researchers like yourselves. You've already made very important contributions in your chosen areas, whether in the epidemiology of mental health problems, understanding brain mechanisms, or studying how mental illness relates to culture and social experience. This is all important work, and we know that you will continue to make valuable contributions in your future careers. So all the very best and very many congratulations to all the Division of Psychiatry's graduates, from all our staff and from the rest of the faculty. And I'm now delighted to introduce Professor Mariah Musaji, who will present the graduands from the Institute of Ophthalmology.
Thank you so much, Dr. Morant. I have pleasure in presenting to you these candidates who have been awarded a postgraduate certificate or a Master of Science. The following candidates have been awarded a postgraduate certificate in clinical ophthalmic practice. Regina Dancel, Roberta Jeffers, Linda Troy, Masters of Science in Clinical Ophthalmology, Ahmed Abdirisak Dalmar, Sanjay Sachdeva, Master of Science in Ophthalmology. Nawara Essam Kasim Mohammed Behzad. Valentina de Crochet. Clarissa Ernhue Fang. Yerzan Galiev. Ji Un Han. Mariam Mohsen Hakim Keller. Theodora Manzari. Yen Ning Mao. Rachel Teresa Mercer. Abdul Galil Abdulaziz Abdul Galil Mohammed. Arka Mayo. Damaj Nawini Thikshna Sanasgala Wikramaratne. Master of Science in Ophthalmology with Clinical Practice. Nasser Abdullah Al-Mutlaq. Kunj Vijay Haria. Nasim Siatiri. Noha Mahdu Mohammed Soliman. Ji Yang. I would like to pause here and ask all my colleagues to unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates. Congratulations.
Well done to you all.
Congratulations. Well done, everybody.
Well done.
Well done.
So we now turn to the successful candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. These doctoral candidates undertake a program of independent research over at least 3 years. They must demonstrate a capacity to pursue original-based thought and action and provide a distinct contribution to their subject. A research degree requires total commitment and is at the very pinnacle of academic study. I have pleasure in presenting to you the following candidate who has been awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cell Biology. Dr. Michael James Hall.
So I'm going to cook for him then.
Doctor of Philosophy in Immunopathogenesis in Uveitis. Dr. Yi Xing Shen. Doctor of Philosophy in Neurobiology. Dr. Xian Yang. Doctor of Philosophy in Ophthalmic Implantable Medical Devices. Dr. Christine Heinen. Doctor of Philosophy in Ophthalmology. Dr. Phyllis Mehmedova Ayan. Doctor of Philosophy in Stem Cell Differentiation and Transplantation. Dr. Joanna Philippa Claudia Ribeiro. That concludes the list of graduates from the Institute of Ophthalmology. I would ask that the virtual platform party all unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our graduates.
Congratulations.
Dear graduates, hats off to you on your success and hearty congratulations to you all. I know you and your families are immensely proud, as we are, of your achievements. UCL Institute of Ophthalmology and Moorfields Eye Hospital prides itself on bringing a rich menu of educational experience. Whether this has been through your PhD studies, digging deep into the exciting research into understanding disease processes, or developing therapies and diagnostics for blinding conditions, and thus helping people throughout the world, or whether through the engagement with the rich and magnificent multidisciplinary staff at Moorfields Eye Hospital imparting their expertise. It has been a pleasure and an honour to be part of your journey and development. We are proud of every single success here today and wish you the very best going forwards. The hard work entailed to get here and the sacrifices you and those supporting you, I am sure, will have made is testament to you and your desire and commitment. The journey of lifelong learning is exciting no matter which route you now take, whether continuing with a scientific career or through developing and furthering your professional clinical career, or using this time as a springboard to other ventures. I am confident the knowledge and skills you have acquired will serve you well and overcome any challenges ahead. It is such a privilege and joy to celebrate with you today. Students are the heart of our institute. The vigor, energy, and curiosity and thirst for knowledge you all bring enlightens us all. The Institute continues to grow, and in partnership with Moorfields Eye Hospital, we continue to expand, and next year we will be delivering an MSc in Advanced Therapeutics and an MSc in Orthoptics to add to our menu. This is a direct consequence and bounces off from our research excellence and first-class multidisciplinary clinical teams. We also continue with expanding our continued life learning of short courses, CPD, and other activities you are more than welcome to be engaged with in the future. We also celebrate another successful year, publishing widely, ranging from developing understanding of vascular disease through to understanding the visual system to our translational work, development of new therapies for vascular eye disease or retinal degenerative disease, and our increasing understanding of genetic risks for disease in the population. We are working on early diagnosis of disease through our work with artificial intelligence on the refined images we can acquire of the eye, and this will make such an impact to get patients treated early and appropriately. Finally, from the whole of the Institute and Moorfields Eye Hospital, a big thank you, and you are always most welcome to come back no matter. Remain our lifelong alumni. Celebrate well. I am now delighted to introduce Professor Helene Plun-Favreau, who will present the graduates from the Institute of Prion Diseases and Queen Square Institute of Neurology.
Thank you so much, Professor Mossaji. So before introducing the successful candidates, I would like to apologize in advance if I mispronounce anyone's name. I'm really going to try my best. First, I have pleasure in presenting to you the successful candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. So doctoral candidates have undertaken a program of independent research over at least 3 years. They must demonstrate a capacity to pursue original-based thought and action and provide a distinct contribution to their subject. A research degree requires total commitment and is at the very pinnacle of academic study. I have pleasure in presenting to you the following candidate who has been awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Neurodegenerative Diseases, Dr. Marie-Claire Anne Porter. That concludes the list of graduates from the Institute of Prion Diseases. I would ask that the virtual platform party all unmute themselves and give a round of applause to Dr. Marie-Claire Anne Porter. I now have pleasure in presenting to you the candidates who have been awarded a postgraduate diploma, Master of Science or Master of Research from the Queen Square Institute of Neurology. So the following candidates have been awarded a postgraduate diploma in clinical neurology. Mahesh Dakal, Kamar Bashir Mirza, Georgios Mitsu, Prashant Rajpal, Manoj Kumar Sundarkar, Postgraduate Diploma in Stroke Medicine. Jukra Pope, Jitpi Mundrad. Master of Science in Advanced Neuroimaging. Sattar Razak Ad Elzawi. Bahia Nazira Fatmi. Hilary Anayoshuku Idobu. Lakshmi Aparna Kondru. Raminder Kaur. Elise Margaret Dorothy Langford. Katharina Leiti Borges de Brito. Liane Kerobin Mendoza. Ye Won Tak. And Andrea Fofala. Master of Science in Brain and Mind Sciences. Clémentine Noémie Justine Besson. Pauline Caroline Marie de Lavalade. Elisabeth Fleck. Emily Grace Huff. And Rashmi Vashif. I would like to pause here and ask all my colleagues to unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates. Congratulations.
Well done to all.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done. Well done.
So the following candidates have been awarded a Master of Science in Clinical Neurology. Syed Shamin Haider. Jasjit Sachdida. Uda Ali Kazem Susha Aldini. Master of Science in Clinical Neuroscience. Alexandra Nathalie Bakoff. Elizabeth Rose Barrow. Ludovic Alexander James Bonfus. Anna Elizabeth Nichols Bull. Yuk Manchan. Philippa Mary England. Anna Maria Gomez Garchaval. Anna Louise Hall. Zoe Ann Hill. Yanning Hu. Valentina Khan-Santoro. And Deinia Lachon, Larode. Also, Mei Yan Lam. Chen Hung Li. Lisa Lenardon. Kei Sheng Lo. Rian Catherine Mail. And Constanza Martelli. I would like to pause here and ask all my colleagues to unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Continuing on with the Master of Science in Clinical Neuroscience, the following candidates have been awarded a Master. Pauline Sarah Muenchenberg. Sophie Sia Newton. Serena K. Yipang. Laura Pradini Santos. Zaira Kudus. Samina Aknar Rashid. Arnav Singh. Dizem Tekin. Tamina Udin. Ludo Sander van Hilgongsberg. Tatiana Vujicic. Anushi Kaiser Wahid. Haiting Wong. And Ziying Zhang. For Master of Science in Dementia, Causes, Treatments and Research, Chauvin Brown. Mariana Flores Melendez. Ferdaus Kanak. And Shuhan Lee. Again, I would like to pause here and ask all my colleagues to unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our graduates.
Hey.
Very good.
I will now continue with the next group of graduates. I am pleased to present the following candidates who have been awarded a Master of Science in Neuromuscular Disease. Fatima Farhat Almazari. Nantaporn Jitpomrad, Christina Mouzele, Bifan Parker, Bracken Elise Plugros, and Mariola Katarina Shurupingsa. The following candidates have been awarded of Master of Science in Stroke Medicine: Sandra Clark, Charlotte Iona Karstramont-Holland, Gloria Mwangalika Kashingwi, and Sarah Nightingale. Master of Research in Advanced Neuroimaging, Shilan Zena Ofori, and Maria Sablik. Master of Research in Neuromuscular Disease, Yingying Li. Master of Research in Translational Neuroscience, Tamina Aknar, Kanyahat Benjashushapan, Yeliz Demir, Noah Thomas Fitzgerald, Francesco Grillo, Fiona Claire Kinzela, Sophie Karen Quentlelin, Nikolaos Monios, Lulia Mihaila Nita, Mariam Riz Derabadi, Anna Maria Roibu, and Matthew William Hoig. That concludes the list of graduates from the Queen Square Institute of Neurology. I would like to pause here and ask all of my colleagues to unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates. We will now turn to the successful candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. So these doctoral candidates undertake a program of independent research over at least 3 years. They must demonstrate a capacity to pursue original-based action and provide a distinct contribution to their subject. A research degree requires total commitment and is at the very pinnacle of academic study. I have pleasure in presenting to you the following candidate who has been awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Neuroscience, Dr. Paul Davidson. Not yet, I applaud, it's not quite yet. Then Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Neuroscience and Clinical Neuropsychology, Dr. Leanne Nicole Hockey. Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical and Movement Neuroscience, Dr. Manuela Meg Xuan Tan. Doctor of Philosophy in Neurobiology of Movement Disorder, Dr. Sebastian Robert Schweigman. Doctor of Philosophy in Neurodegeneration, Dr. Regina Erdfelder-Reynolds. Doctor of Philosophy in Neurodegenerative Disease, Dr. Lauren Maryburn, Dr. Nanette Wilmusen, and Dr. Marfa Foiani. Doctor of Philosophy in Neurogenetics, Dr. Stephanie F. Matthew. Doctor of Philosophy in Neurology, Dr. Rosa Cortesi, and Dr. Floriana De Angelis. Doctor of Philosophy in Neurology, Neuroimaging, Computational Modeling, Dr. Tiangbo Xiu, and Doctor of Philosophy in Neuromuscular Disease, Dr. Matthew Haim Bruman Evans. I would like to pause and here ask my colleagues to unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates.
Well done, Victoria. Well done.
Congratulations. Well done, everybody.
Continuing with the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, Dr. Claudia Canavo, Dr. Luca Gabriel Souza Franca, Dr. Elizabeth Gordon, Dr. Bimali Samourdi Antonin Apurachi, Dr. Yunzi Liu, Dr. Christopher Edward James Lovejoy, Dr. Katrina Margaret Moore, Dr. Ikra Nazish, Dr. Lorenzo Rocchi, Dr. Lucy Louise Russell, Dr. Hari Sivasafian-Silan, Dr. Vijay Niranjan Vakaria, and Dr. Ioni Olivia Clara Woolacott, Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience and Neuroinflammation, Dr. Sarah Colleron, and Dr. Anisha Harish Doshi. That concludes all of our graduates. I would ask all my colleagues to unmute themselves and give a round of applause to all of our esteemed graduates. Thank you, everyone. I am now delighted to introduce Professor Mike Hanna, who will deliver a personal message on behalf of Queen Square Institute of Neurology.
So thank you, Professor Ploufavreau. On behalf of all the staff at the UCL Queen Square Institute of Neurology, I'm really delighted to really warmly congratulate all our students who've graduated or are about to graduate today. Graduating with a diploma, a master's or a doctorate in philosophy in any one of these disciplines at UCL is a really major achievement that is difficult even in normal times, but has been made even more difficult because of the pandemic. So all graduates should be really rightly proud, and as far as is possible, should, within social distancing rules, celebrate actively today their major achievement in graduating. The commitment and talent of this group has been very clear to us all at Queen Square. Understanding how the human brain works and developing a deep understanding of major brain diseases such as stroke, epilepsy, and dementia represent amongst the greatest and most important challenges in our society. And the different disciplines in neuroscience in which you have now trained and have become expert means that you are very well prepared to contribute to this particular important challenge, but also to contribute to any sphere of society where analytical thought and problem solving are required. Like many UCL Queen Square Institute of Neurology graduates before them, I'm sure that this group will go on to make valuable contributions to society in whatever future careers they choose to pursue. Please do keep in touch with us through our alumni network, and our doors are always open for you to come back or get advice or support us. So once again, I want to warmly congratulate all of you. Thank you for your really hard work. Thank your families and friends for their support, and wish you all well in your exciting future career paths beginning today. So I'm now delighted to invite our Dean, Professor Alan Thompson, to give his faculty address. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Hanna. Thank you, Mike. And thank you to all the presenters. It's with great pleasure and pride that I welcome you all to this year's postgraduate graduation ceremony. Despite how different this year has been, some things remain constant. Over 600 of you are graduating from the Faculty of Brain Sciences this week, and I'm delighted to take this opportunity to celebrate your remarkable achievements. In these challenging times, I'm particularly struck by the commitment that you have shown, not only in your studies, but also in the many ways you have kept our vibrant community alive. As we have all had to adapt to challenging circumstances, your support and the resilience you have shown in the face of many unforeseen challenges have been vital. Congratulations to you all, and I hope you're immensely proud of what you have achieved. Brain Sciences is an exciting and dynamic faculty. We're a global leader in research and education into the mind and brain, and home to some of the most influential and creative academics in the field. Our vision for the future is to use our world-leading expertise in brain sciences to solve some of the world's greatest health challenges, transforming society by reducing the global burden of disease. Over the last year, UCL has mobilized its research efforts to provide critical support and understanding in addressing the COVID pandemic. Here in the Faculty of Brain Sciences, this has included advising government on how to reduce global transmission rates to prevent the emergence of new variants, understanding the range of neurological symptoms associated with the disease, and developing ways to combat the impact of the virus on patients and healthcare workers. As a faculty, we champion research-embedded education and provide opportunities for students to network and communicate the output of their research. We aim to prepare our students not only to succeed, but to become the next generation of experts in brain sciences. Of course, our programs of study are not just intellectually challenging, but are great preparation for future employability too. And we are one of the top 5 universities in Europe for graduate employability. As students of UCL, you are the very heart of the university, its driving force. And as graduates of the Faculty of Brain Sciences, I want you to continue to play a major role in the exciting developments we are planning. One of our key areas of focus over the coming years is on mental health. Our flagship Institute of Mental Health is a world-leading center for research into mental disorders, which now affect 1/4 of the population. We are the most productive and influential mental health research institution in England, and the Institute brings together staff from across UCL. We work beyond the traditional boundaries of other universities to adopt a holistic approach, creating a superfield of mental health research and education. Our research into highly effective interventions and therapies has been adopted in UK government health policy and aligns with the government's long-term plan for the NHS to develop the next generation of mental health professionals to meet the nation's post-pandemic mental health needs. Our priority is to use our national leadership position to help improve the effectiveness of UCL student support and wellbeing services. We are part of a national consortium in receipt of Office for Students Challenge competition funding aimed at providing a step change in mental health outcomes for all students. We are focused on improving the student mental health care pathway, working with the wider UCL community and the NHS. Another significant area of focus is on neurodegeneration. The development of the new UCL Centre for Excellence in Neuroscience is on track to deliver major societal impact by translating neuroscience discovery research into treatments for neurological diseases. This state-of-the-art new facility on Gray's Inn Road will house the UK Dementia Research Institute hub alongside new premises for the Queen Square Institute of Neurology and an outpatient and imaging unit for the National Hospital for Neurology and Neurosurgery, truly a powerhouse of neurological research and treatment that will enable cross-collaboration to find better ways to diagnose, treat, and prevent devastating conditions like dementia. And thirdly, the partnership between the Institute of Ophthalmology and Moorfields Eye Hospital represents the largest co-located site for eye research, education, and care in the world. Project Oriel will integrate Moorfields Eye Hospital's main City Road hospital site and the Institute of Ophthalmology in a new purpose-built environment on the St. Pancras Hospital site in Camden. This will see the creation of a new clinical research and teaching site for eyes and vision, bringing together clinical care, research, and education. So as you can see, we have exciting and challenging plans that will make a real difference, and we need your engagement and your support to make them happen. As others have mentioned previously, you are joining a global community of over 200,000 alumni. And as alumni of the Faculty of Brain Sciences, you are in a particularly fortunate position, as we are obviously one of the most exciting, dynamic, and productive faculties of the university. And I say that without any bias. You can keep up to date with the developments I've mentioned and many others taking place across the faculty on Twitter. We have over 14,000 followers, and I invite you to join the community. So once again, congratulations to you all on what is a truly marvelous achievement. And as everyone has said up to now, do stay in touch. So as Dean of the Faculty, I now have the pleasure of formally conferring your degrees. In a moment, we're going to hear from one of our esteemed alumni, Sir Panglos, who completed his PhD at UCL Institute of Neurology in 1992. Sir Panglos is the Executive Vice President, R&D Biopharmaceuticals at AstraZeneca, and is responsible for biopharmaceutical R&D. Prior to this, he served as Executive Vice President of AstraZeneca's IMID Biotech Unit and Global Business Development, and previously held senior R&D roles at Wyeth and GSK. In 2019, Mene was awarded the honour of a knighthood by Her Majesty the Queen for her services to UK science. Since the start of 2020, Mene has led and overseen AstraZeneca's R&D response to COVID-19, maintaining existing clinical trials and delivery of medicines to patients, responding to the UK government's call for supporting our national testing effort and discovering and developing new preventative and treatment approaches to the disease. We will now hear from Sir Mene.
Hello, I'm Mene Panglos, Executive Vice President for AstraZeneca Research and Development, and I'm here today as an alumni of University College London, having spent time here during my PhD programme in neurosciences at the Faculty of Brain Sciences within the Institute of Neurology in the late 1990s and early noughties. I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you on completing your graduation, your studies during an incredibly difficult and unprecedented year. I hope you look forward to the future with optimism and courage, building resilience and taking on all the learnings from your experiences to help us rebuild what I hope will be a new normal. I have no doubt you'll all have a long and bright future ahead of you. The rapid and science-led transformation of healthcare that's been accelerated by the pandemic, I think, is poised to further accelerate in the coming years, which hopefully is good for all of you. We're seeing the impact of new disciplines such as data science and machine learning and AI, digital health, and they're all accelerating both scientific discovery and scientific development. I remember when I was at your stage in my career, the best advice I received was about not being afraid to take risks, being willing to explore and experience different cultures, and embracing new techniques and technologies. While change can be uncomfortable, it also helps make our jobs more interesting and different each and every year. I know I can say that very specifically for my role at the moment. So be open to taking new opportunities and challenges when they arise, even though sometimes it might be easier to keep doing the same things that you're doing. As you get into more senior roles, the broader your set of experiences, the easier it is for you to work and engage with people from different disciplines and cultures, and that is a huge advantage when it comes to leading individuals and leading multidisciplinary teams. I had a really wonderful and productive experience during my time at UCL, at the Institute of Neurology, and it was there that I realized I wanted to do applied research and had the opportunity firsthand to see what applied research looks like. I really got a taste for the concept of turning science into medicine, and I knew that that was what I wanted to do for the remainder of my career. I was also really lucky that I had great mentors, such as my PhD supervisor, who helped me define my own personal values, which have stood by me through my own career. Applying the principles of good science and being scientifically rigorous, to challenge myself and ask challenging questions, and to push the boundaries of what's achievable, not be satisfied with personal best, but be striving for world records. And finally, to be comfortable taking risks, to learn new areas, new techniques, and to not stand still, not to think that last year was good enough, to keep on thinking what you can do better going forwards, and to do the right things, not just the easy things. These were some of the lessons I learned during my PhD, in which I've used subsequently in my career, and which have helped me be what I hope is a passionate scientist, but balanced with good people and leadership skills. So, as you venture into the next unknown, I'd encourage you to maintain the relationships and networks that you've built over the past few years with your mentors and peers during your time here at UCL, and leverage the great alumni support system through the next part of your careers. I wish you all the very, very best of luck as you take the next steps in your career journey, and Take care and keep well.
So many thanks to so many for that inspirational and quite challenging in a constructive way speech. And this actually brings us to the end of the ceremony. But before we close, perhaps I could ask the party to unmute themselves and we just have one final round of applause and congratulate everybody.
Well done.
Very well done.
Congratulations.
So ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, and most importantly, our graduates, that concludes our virtual graduation ceremony. I offer you my wholehearted congratulations and very best wishes for the future. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.